Y seguimos analizando la inversión desde el punto de vista de la inversión socialmente responsable. Nos acompaña a continuación Antoine Fabre, analista ISR en la Financière de Echiquier. Antoine, hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. Really glad to talk to you today.
Nice for me as well. Antoine, you're presenting today the fourth impact report of the Echiquier Positive Impact Fund. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, we just released last week our impact report regarding Echiquier Positive Impact Impact Europe. So the idea is to give our clients transparency regarding the work we've done in 2021 on the impact thesis of the fund. So the fund aims at investing in companies contributing to the SDGs about with their products or services, but also with their initiative and operations. So we give transparency to our clients, and we give transparency at the fund level, but also at the companies we are investing with the fund. So it's a transparency exercise we do every year, and we are really happy to have released this report last week.
We can also talk about the first corporate strategy report on climate and biodiversity. What are its main conclusions?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. We have released a dedicated report on our climate and biodiversity strategy. So last year, we've launched our climate and biodiversity strategy based on 9 engagements regarding 4 different themes. So the first one is about governance, how to integrate more our governance on such aspects. The second one is about fund management, how to integrate more biodiversity and climate data and aspects on our fund management. There is also engagement regarding transparency, so to give data about the positive and negative impact of our funds regarding climate and biodiversity aspects, and to discuss more with our third parties regarding such topics. So 1 year after we launched the strategy, we decided to be transparent about the work we've done so far, so the work in 2021 on each of the 9 engagements, and also to give our clients data regarding our funds and so the impact, the positive and negative impact our investment fund have on climate and biodiversity aspects.
Antoine, we are in a time of economic uncertainty. Moreover, in Europe, some countries, for example, are planning to return to coal as they receive less gas from Russia. This raises fears that climate change objectives might be lost. Do you think these climate change objectives are in danger, or how can sustainable investment continue to drive these objectives?
Yes, of course, what we've seen so far is that there's some investors have changed a bit the way they manage their fund. So they are going back to the old days, let's say. But what we see also, and that's a good point, is that the most convinced actors of asset management and companies have not changed their way of doing investments, and they are doing more and more. So basically, we've seen that there are 2 kinds of actors, the one that are doing more and the one that want to do less. And I think that this is what's happening in the short term, but I think the trend has not changed, and it will continue to drive inflows on ESG and SRI and impact funds. And I'm convinced that particularly the legislation, all we have in the European Union will drive also some kind of inflows on these funds. It's important as we have to deploy a lot of money towards for climate and on social aspects. And also, I just wanted to add that legislation is important, but also what is important is the knowledge of our clients, and that's the reason why it's important to be transparent and to improve the knowledge of people that are doing investing, so that they know that they can invest in companies and in funds that are really managing all these aspects with conviction.
Mm-hmm. And how is the green taxonomy evolving these days, and what will eventually happen to gas and nuclear power? Can you tell us something about it?
Yeah, we talked a lot about nuclear and gas last year because there have been huge changes at the end of the protocol and all this all that happened at the European level. And the fact is that the nuclear and gas have been integrated in the taxonomy regarding discussion, particularly with France and Germany, and it's going to be again at the top of the scene, as we have European Union, as the Parliament and the Commission as until I think it's beginning July to decide whether they have a veto to withdraw nuclear and gas from the taxonomy, and therefore if they do that, the Commission, if the Parliament do that, act like with a veto, the European Commission will have to draft a new European taxonomy that could definitely change things, as investors that want to be aligned with the European taxonomy won't be able to consider investments in companies acting in nuclear and in gas as aligned with European taxonomy. So it can definitely change things. Let's see what happens.
Okay, and how is social responsible investing evolving so far this year? What are the main trends?
Yeah, I think that the trends maybe I don't really know the Spanish market, but I can speak about the French market. Maybe what we've seen so far is that investors that has conviction continue to act and to invest in SRI and impact fund that continue to have positive inflows on our site. But so I think definitely that the trend will continue that way, and that the short-term consideration regarding whether the 2022 performance of ESG fund, because they do not own oil, they do not own weapons, is short-term consideration, and as La Financière de Echiquier, we are long-term investors. Therefore, the performance should be measured this way, and we are convinced that our way of investing will perform in the future, considering those aspects.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Antoine Fabre, thank you so much for attending us. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much. Bye. Have a nice day.
Bueno, pues ahí teníamos otra perspectiva, otra gestora.